Mr. Yoichi Shumaju, who is standing by in Hong Kong. Hello.
Hello.
Yoichi, I believe you must have been following the development in your country very closely.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The biggest concern for not only the Japanese people, the Japanese government, but also for people in your neighboring countries,
Right.
should be the consequences and the spread of radioactive materials, if any, from the explosion of the nuclear plants in Fukushima. Do you think the media and the public opinions have blown the issue out of proportion, or we are getting very close to the ugly truth?
Well, far from it. The media has been very slow. I got word from my colleagues and my former journalist colleagues in Japan on the day of the tsunami that there was a meltdown going on, partial meltdown. And so the government and the media has been very, very slow to react. And it's, it's more the anti-nuclear activists who've forced the government to move ahead. And since then, in fact, this very morning, the government imposed this mysterious Article 15 emergency law, which has nothing to do with Article 15 of the Constitution, a law we're not very familiar with, in which now, apparently, if we read between the lines, none of the Japanese regulatory agencies can issue independent reports to the public. Everything has to be cleared from the top. So what we're seeing is the typical cloak of secrecy we've seen with every other nuclear accident in Japan. And believe me, as an editor at the Japan Times, I had to fight this all the time, and they kept trying to muzzle us. So, the situation, I assume the media has hardly even begun to scratch the surface.
How many Japanese have been hurt or received a high dose of radiation at this moment?
Well, the health ministry sent up a team of doctors and nurses from the radiology center in National Radiology Center in Chiba. They flew them in by helicopter to a special clinic 5 kilometers from Fukushima 1. On the first day, they tested 90 people. 3 of them were found to have iodine poisoning. So, and since then, the official claim is that there's been 19 people in the subsequent 24 hours found with radiation, with symptoms of radiation in their bodies. But the unofficial claim, based on counts of nuclear activists, anti-nuclear activists have been counting people coming out, is something like 160. So already we're getting some massive discrepancies of what's happening. There's obviously a very serious radiation leak of cesium and iodine 131. Okay, and if we do go into a full core meltdown, this is going to be a huge problem, not just for neighboring countries, but also for the United States, because the jet stream is going to carry most of the radiation directly over half of the United States.